The Gaither Homecoming series has always been more than music. It was a family gathering, a place where gospel legends came together to sing, laugh, share stories, and remind us all of the hope we have in Christ. Over the years, this family has faced the bittersweet reality of saying goodbye to some of its most beloved members. Today, we are remembering those Gaither Homecoming artists who passed away in their 70s. Each left a legacy of songs and testimonies that still speak to us today. Their voices may be silent, but their music will never fade. Aaron Wilburn. Aaron Wilburn was more than a singer. He was a songwriter and comedian whose warm humor and honest storytelling connected deeply with audiences. Whether singing a heartfelt ballad or telling a funny story, Aaron made people feel at home. He penned some of gospel's best-loved songs, including For Days Late, What a Beautiful Day for the Lord to Come Again, and Home. In 2010, 4 Days Late was named Song of the Decade by Singing News magazine. Aaron was a fixture at Gaither Homecoming concerts, where his wit and faith made him a favorite. Sadly, he passed away on November 27, 2020, at the age of 70 after battling COVID-19. Bill Gaither remembered him as a true member of the Homecoming family. Jack Toney. Jack Toney was a smooth and dignified lead singer who brought grace to every performance. Known for his work with the Statesman Quartet, he was a frequent guest on the Gaither Homecoming videos. Fans loved his version of Beyond the Gates, and he was featured on Homecoming recordings like Your First Day in Heaven and We'll Understand It Better By and By. His mellow voice and kind spirit made him unforgettable. On April 15, 2004, Jack Toney passed away from a heart attack at his home in Boaz, Alabama, at the age of 70. He was later inducted into the Southern Gospel Music Association Hall of Fame in 2005. Andraé Crouch. Called the father of modern gospel music, Andraé Crouch's influence went far beyond church walls. His songs like Through It All, The Blood Will Never Lose Its Power, and Soon and Very Soon became staples in gospel and contemporary Christian music. He broke barriers by blending traditional gospel with R&B and pop, bridging racial divides in the church and shaping a generation of artists. With 7 Grammy Awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, an induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, his impact is immeasurable. On January 8, 2015, Crouch passed away at the age of 72 after a heart attack. His homecoming appearances introduced his timeless music to even more believers around the world. Glenn Payne. As co-founder and lead singer of the Cathedrals, Glenn Payne's voice defined Southern gospel for decades. With George Younce at his side, he became one of the most respected quartet leaders in history. Glenn's rich voice was heard often on homecoming stages, and even as cancer weakened his body, he remained faithful. On October 15, 1999, during the Cathedral's farewell tour, Glenn passed away at age 72. His courage in those final months is still remembered as a testimony of faith. J.D. Sumner. J.D. Sumner's name is legendary, not just because he held the Guinness World Record for the lowest bass voice, but because of the ministry he poured into gospel music. As a member of the Stamps Quartet, Sumner was a frequent guest at homecoming concerts, where his humor and deep, resonant voice thrilled audiences. He passed away on November 16, 1998, at age 73, just 3 days shy of his 74th birthday, after suffering a heart attack while on tour. Jesse Dixon. Jesse Dixon was known for his boundless energy and powerful voice. A songwriter of more than 200 gospel songs, Dixon gave us classics like I Am Redeemed and I Can't Even Walk Without You Holding My Hand. As part of the Gaither Homecoming series, his passionate performances stirred hearts and made him a fan favorite. On September 26, 2011, Jesse passed away in Chicago at the age of 73, leaving behind a vibrant legacy of music and ministry. James Big Jim Hamill. Jim Hamill was a commanding lead vocalist, best known for his work with the Kingsmen Quartet. He combined a powerful voice with humor and storytelling that captivated audiences. Even after retiring from full-time touring, Hamill remained active in gospel music and appeared in multiple homecoming concerts. He passed away in 2007 at the age of 73. Fans still remember his larger-than-life personality and strong faith. Dottie Rambo. Dottie Rambo was one of gospel's most prolific songwriters, with more than 2,500 songs to her name. Classics like We Shall Behold Him and If That Isn't Love continue to be sung across the world. Her warm spirit and heartfelt music made her a treasured guest on Gaither Homecoming videos. Sadly, on May 11, 2008, Dottie was killed in a bus accident at age 74. Her songs live on as timeless expressions of worship. Vestal Goodman. Known as the Queen of Gospel Music, Vestal Goodman's voice was unmatched. Bill Gaither once called her a national treasure, and anyone who heard her sing knew why. Her larger-than-life presence and heartfelt testimonies made her a centerpiece of the homecoming stage. Vestal passed away on December 27, 2003, at the age of 74. Yet her powerful renditions like God Walks the Dark Hills continue to inspire generations. George Younce. George Younce, bass singer of the Cathedrals, was one of the most beloved figures in Southern gospel. His deep voice, joyful personality, and quick humor made him unforgettable. A regular on the homecoming stage, George brought laughter and inspiration wherever he went. After battling heart and kidney issues, he passed away on April 11, 2005, at age 75. He is remembered as one of the greatest bass singers in history. Hovey Lister. Hovey Lister, the flamboyant pianist and leader of the Statesman Quartet, transformed gospel music with his energetic playing and charismatic style. Joining the Gaither Homecoming series in 1991, he reintroduced his legacy to a new generation. On December 28, 2001, Hovey passed away at age 75, leaving behind a legacy of innovation and ministry. Labriska Hemphill. As the matriarch of the Hemphills, Labriska Hemphill was both a singer and a storyteller, ministering alongside her husband Joel for decades. She was a regular presence in the Homecoming series, where her faith and sincerity touched countless lives. On December 9, 2015, Labriska passed away in Nashville at age 75, leaving behind a legacy of family and ministry. Howard Hayes. Howard Hayes, founder of the Goodwill Quartet and later the Hayes family, devoted more than 55 years to gospel music. With his family group, he appeared in several homecoming concerts and videos, including Tent Revival. Howard Hayes passed away on September 6, 2011, at the age of 75. His legacy continues through the Hayes family's music and ministry. Roy Tremble. Roy Tremble, known for his soaring tenor with the Cathedrals, brought passion and clarity to gospel music. He was also a skilled photographer who created album artwork for fellow artists. Roy appeared in homecoming videos alongside Bill Gaither and other legends. On June 13, 2023, he passed away at age 76 following a brief illness. Jake Hess. Jake Hess was one of gospel's great pioneers, famous for his dramatic singing style and influence on artists like Elvis Presley. Though he retired in the early 90s, Bill Gaither brought him back into the spotlight through the Homecoming series. Fans loved his performances, especially Faith Unlocks the Door. He passed away on January 4, 2004, at age 76 after a heart attack. Doris Akers. Doris Akers was a trailblazing songwriter, best known for Sweet, Sweet Spirit, and Lead Me, Guide Me. She directed the Integrated Sky Pilot Choir and influenced generations of gospel artists. She became part of the Homecoming series in the early 90s, even playfully taking over the piano from Bill Gaither during a performance. She passed away on July 26, 1995, at the age of 72 from spinal cancer. Gary McSpadden. Gary McSpadden's career spanned decades as a singer, songwriter, and pastor. He was a founding member of the Gaither Vocal Band in 1981 and later appeared in countless homecoming concerts. Bill Gaither honored him in a special tribute video after his passing on April 15, 2020, at the age of 77, following a battle with pancreatic cancer. Squire Parsons. Squire Parsons was a gentle soul, best known for Sweet Beulah Land. Over his career, he wrote more than 600 songs, many of which are now gospel classics. He passed away on May 5, 2025, at the age of 77. Bill Gaither remembered him as one of the kindest men in gospel music. Mylon Lefevre. Mylon Lefevre was a gospel and Christian rock pioneer. He wrote "Without Him" as a teenager, a song that Elvis Presley later recorded. Though he battled addiction earlier in life, he became a powerful preacher and testimony of God's grace. Mylon passed away on September 8, 2023, from cancer at the age of 78. Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark, original tenor of the Cathedrals, had a pure and soaring voice that set the standard for gospel quartets. He passed away on May 22, 2014, at age 78 after suffering a stroke earlier that year. He was the last surviving member of the original Cathedrals lineup. Brock Spear. Brock Spear of the legendary Spear family was a leader and ambassador for gospel music. Inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 1975, he was also instrumental in shaping the Homecoming series. Brock passed away on March 29, 1999, at age 78. His legacy continues through the countless lives touched by his family's music. Wally Varner. Wally Varner was a legendary gospel pianist known for his incredible skill and creativity. He became a beloved figure in the Homecoming videos, dazzling audiences with his playing. On December 28, 2004, Wally passed away at age 78 after battling a rare bone marrow disease. He was posthumously inducted into the SGMA Hall of Fame in 2006. Doug Oldham was more than a singer. He was a close friend of Bill Gaither. He was the first to sing Gaither's classic, "He Touched Me," which later became world famous through Elvis Presley. Doug was a featured voice on many Homecoming recordings. He passed away on July 21, 2010, at age 79, but his deep, heartfelt voice still moves us today. These were the voices of faith, the storytellers of hope, and the messengers of God's love. From Aaron Wilburn's humor to Vestal Goodman's power, from Andre Crouch's modern sound to Squire Parsons' gentle songs, each one left something eternal behind. The Gaither Homecoming stage was never just about music. It was about family. And while we miss these dear saints, we know they are now gathered in a greater homecoming, singing together in the presence of the Lord. As Bill Gaither has often said, the music will outlast us all. And indeed, the music of these legends continues to point us heavenward, reminding us that one day we'll join them in that eternal song.